Hello and welcome to our fall adventure walk. I know usually we're coming to you from Darlington Park, but I figured because we have a little bit more ability to roam, I'd come all the way out here to Presqu'ile Provincial Park. Now don't forget, you can get a free provincial park pass from us for a loan for 1 week. Just go on to whitbylibrary.ca and search it in our catalog and put a hold on it. Or if you're lucky enough, you can find a rapid at one of our branches or at the main library. So don't forget to check out the rapid section. So today I figured we'd come out here. It is in Brighton, which is about an hour away from Whitby, but it's a nice drive. It's right along the green belt, so it's a beautiful, beautiful drive, especially in fall. And we're going to be going on 2 walks today. I'm going to be doing the boardwalk and the Owen Point walk as well. They're both very easy walks to do, short and super fun with lots of places along the way to stop and have a nice little picnic or look at all of the fun things. So without further ado, let's head on into the park. All right, so here we are today at the Marsh Boardwalk Trail here at Presqu'ile Provincial Park. So I figured I'd stop and do a little bit of a get together with you guys before we head out on the trail. So today I brought some important things. You don't need it, but you can bring it if you'd like. So I did bring a scavenger hunt from CBC. There's lots of things to find in here. I'll go through it a little bit more once we get into the park. And then of course, I did bring some blank paper and some pencil crayons. So as I go through, if I see any leaves, I'm going to just kind of scratch over them and leave a nice little print so that we can see what the leaves look like. And of course, we're on a trail that's about 1.2 kilometers long. So depending on how fast you walk, it'll take you about a half hour to an hour. I would recommend walking slowly just because it's fun to look around. It's a great path to go on for accessibility because it is a nice clear boardwalk and it's easy to walk on. Lots of places along the way to stop and have a nice little picnic and look out on all the beautiful nature. So without further ado, we're gonna go on this beautiful walk. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we started our walk here on the Boardwalk Trail, and the first thing I wanted to stop and show you were these beautiful cattails. We're in a bit of a sea of them. You can kind of see the little board in the background there. And if we remember, in the spring and summer, we saw the cattails, and now they're starting to look very different than they did before. So this is one of our first stops. Look at how cool it is. Okay, we're at another stop, and I figured I'd stop to tell you that for the past 170 years, this park has been a provincial park, which means that they've been looking at the marshlands for that long. And over time, they've noticed that the marsh is actually getting shallower, and that means that as it gets shallower, it gets bigger and bigger, which means new plants take root and lots of new animals come and make homes in the marshland. So I figured I'd stop and show you this wonderful little area. So let's just take a look around. So we have a nice little bench that you're set up on here. And of course you can also see these little signs. So this one's all about the changing marshlands and the birds that have now come to take place here and live in the nice little area. Lots of places to hunt and eat fish and make nests as well. Okay, so we're now standing on the old beach ridge. We've left behind the marsh and we're surrounded by these beautiful trees. So all around us are cedar trees. So those guys, they don't lose their leaves or their needles in the winter. But if we can look around and see, there are some older trees here that are slowly dying off to leave only the cedar trees behind. So as we go on towards the rest of the trail, I'm going to stop and show you the different kinds of trees that are left here. Okay, let's get going. As I promised, we're going to be looking at the eastern cottonwoods. So there's not very many of them left in here, but they're really easy to see because of their bark. So the bark is really deep grooved. I'll turn you around in just a second to show you. But there's not much left of them. They go all the way up, but they're slowly dying out. So that's okay, it happens in forests. It's super great to have them decompose and leave into the soil lots of nutrients. But we'll see the cottonwoods a little bit closer up. Just one second. So if you look around, you can see the last of the old cottonwood trees. They're thick, rich bark, making them easy to pick out. Now look up, most of the cottonwoods are already dead. Soon their bark will peel off and their rotting trunks will crash to the ground, leaving only the long-lived cedar forest on the old beach ridge, which we're standing on right now. So look at that, look at those grooves. Okay, so we're on the Marsh Trail today, and of course I have brought us an autumn scavenger hunt, which I found at CBC. It's just a printable PDF. And don't forget that right now at the Whitby Public Library you can print 10 pages for free each day, and that includes your passport as well. So if you need to do any kind of printing, come on down, you'll get it done for free. Okay, so we're gonna go along on our scavenger hunt here today. So we have a to find, to look for, to listen, and to smell, and to feel. So if you listen really carefully, I don't know if you can hear it, but we'll keep going. We have some birds around and they're making some beautiful sounds. So I'm just gonna circle my to listen for, which is a bird song. I got that one done, and we have lots of beautiful leaves and pine around us as well. So let's take a look. So we have lots of leaves on the ground as well. As it is fall, the leaves are falling. Of course, I'm filming this at the beginning of October, so we're still waiting for the majority of our trees to turn color, but that's okay. We've got lots of fun things to look for. So let's see if we can maybe find some stuff. Ooh, and we're gonna need to smell. And so we've got lots of pine and cedar in here. This is actually the cedar forest just surrounding the marsh. So maybe we can look for some cedar to smell. So we've got this one right here. That's super exciting. Let's see what else we can find, okay? Okay. So I have our scavenger hunt here again, and one of the things that we need to find is a pine cone, and I think I might have found some. Look at this, I found one right here. So if you want, you can grab a paper bag or a plastic bag. You can collect all the things you find on your scavenger hunt. But today, because I'm just, going around, I'm gonna leave them here for them to have seeds on the ground and hopefully maybe even sprout a new tree. Wouldn't that be so exciting? Okay, but I can cross off my pine cone. Okay, we had a short little piece in the forest here, but we're about to go back onto the boardwalk. There it is. I hope we find lots more things. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're currently standing on the boardwalk just in between two beach ridges. And that basically means that they're a drier area that seasonally gets water to them. And of course, these are also called dune slacks, panes, or coastal meadow marshes. Such areas are globally rare habitats on the freshwater system. So there's not a lot of places on our beautiful earth that have this. So Presqu'ile is a great place to come, just to come and check this out. It's a really cool and very beautiful. I couldn't imagine what it looks like in the summer, but today it's a little bit dreary and damp. It still looks beautiful. I'm so excited that I got to see it. Okay, so I did just finish that video, but as I'm reading this little panel, I thought this would be interesting to tell you guys. So these are extreme habitats, and it floods in the spring, dry in the summer, and frozen in the winter. However, this is a very old pane, which means that a lot of the really cool plants have actually already disappeared from it. But if you're here in the summer, you'll be able to see some of the more extravagant ones. We might actually be able to see some of these really cool plants on another part of the park that I'll go to after I'm done this trail. And I'll flip you around and I'll show you what this little Marsh Boardwalk Trail sign can tell you, okay? 1 second. Okay, we're heading off of the boardwalk and back into some forest. I wonder what we can find in here. Okay, so we're currently in a cedar forest again, and I figured I'd stop to show you something really cool, which is these guys back here. So this is called a horseshoe cedar, and basically that just means that this cedar tree had its roots damaged at a critical part of its growing cycle. So it has this kind of dip in it to compensate for the fact that something had happened to the original stem. So it's created this cool little horseshoe or a saddle look to it. So lots of people like to come here and take pictures, and there's lots of other trees around here. So although it did happen to some of these guys, that's okay. Other trees came in and filled out the beautiful forest. Okay, so I think I found another one of our scavenger hunt items, which is a red leaf. So, well, I'm not sure if it's necessarily red, but we'll see what we can find. So I've definitely got some orange guys here. A nice little orange guy. And then I do have a bit of a red one right here. There's so many beautiful leaves on the ground. They're changing for autumn. So I'm gonna cross out my red leaf. And you know, it's a really good thing that leaves fall because it actually creates nutrients for the tree's roots. So when they fall, they decompose into the soil and give lots of nutrients so that the tree can survive throughout the winter. So I know everybody usually breaks up all their leaves, maybe even jumps in some piles, and they put them in leaf bags and they take them away. But it's actually really good to pile up your leaves around tree trunks so they decompose and give lots of nutrients to the trees. Okay, can anybody remember what kind of tree this is? It's a birch tree, that's right. So we've got these beautiful white bark on there that's super great for making fires and starting them. Of course, we need to have a parent or supervision to do that, and we never pull it right off the tree because it's not very good for the tree. But look at the leaves, they're turning yellow already. Very beautiful. Okay, I think we found another thing on our scavenger hunt. So if we see here, we have wildflowers. And look at these beautiful purple flowers. They're so gorgeous and still going strong with their beautiful color. So I'm just gonna mark it off right here. And there we go, another thing that our scavenger hunt found. Okay, since I got done on the boardwalk trail so quickly, I figured I'd take you over to one more since I'm all the way here in Presqu'ile. And it's called Owen Point Walking Trail. So we're gonna go on a nice little quick one and see what we can find. I've never been out here, so I'm super excited to see what we can find. Let's go. Look at that, we found a lookout. Let's see. Okay, it looks like we've come to our very first lookout here. I believe that this is Lake Ontario back here. I believe it's the Bay of Presqu'ile first, but it is coming out from Lake Ontario. Look at how beautiful it is. And in the distance over here, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there looks to be some kind of a pier or a walkout, like a dock. So maybe lots of ships come in there. Super cool. And look at that beautiful beach. So cool. Since it is such a dark and dreary day, I think we also get to cross off one of the other things we get to see, which is we're gonna look for clouds, and look at them all. The whole sky is made out of clouds, so we can just go ahead and cross off clouds. And you know what? I might be able to even cross off a twig. I found a twig. Look at that, a 2-for-1 deal. Might as well cross that off as well. I wonder what else we're gonna find on this trail. Okay, I know I'm a little bit upside down, but what a better way to show the wind in the trees. Can you hear and see the wind in the trees? It's not that windy of a day, but I think I see them moving up there. Okay, let's cross it off our scavenger hunt. Okay, I think we can cross another thing off our list, which is leaves crunching underneath our feet. Look at all those leaves. And look at that, we found another lookout. Do you think we should go in? I mean, might as well, right? So beautiful. Oh, I see a little island or an island over there. Look at that. Okay, so we're at another lookout and I think we might be able to cross another thing off of our list today. So one of them on the next page is a smooth rock, and we're surrounded by rocks right now. Let's see if I can find one. This looks like a pretty smooth rock. What do you think? So cool, lots of ones to take home, but maybe we'll just leave them here today. So let's cross off that, and I might be able to feel a little bit of wind in my hair, but not much. So let's see if I can keep going, okay? Okay, we made it to the end of the trail, and so it looks like we're on a nice little beach and a beautiful point. Usually there are waterfowl up here, and they're called shorebirds, I believe. I didn't see any on my walk today, but if you guys see any, make sure to take a picture and tag us at Whitby Library and post it on any social media, and we'll be sure to see it. And of course, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I did this beautiful walk. If you're looking to come to Ontario Parks or go on any kind of walks, make sure you check out our Ontario Parks passes, which are free to loan out. So just go to our website, whitbylibrary.ca, and put on Ontario Parks. You can get a free park pass, so you don't have to worry about paying to enter the park. So we also have the Cloaca passes, which is for our Ontario conservation parks as well. And we also have skate and swim passes. So you can always get out there and have lots of fun. Remember to stay safe and socially distance, of course. But it's so lovely to be out here in the wilderness. And I've never been to this park before, so this was so beautiful. It's about an hour away from Whitby, but you just hop on the 401 and you're here in no time. And it is a very beautiful drive out here. Lots of back roads to get to the park. Of course, I want to also remind you to check out our YouTube channel. We post every week new content. So we do have a new From Book to Table Kids Edition coming out near the end of October, which is for spooky season. And if you're interested in spooky stories, make sure to check back for our haunted walk, which will be done by Kate. So that'll be super exciting. Lots of different areas in Whitby that are haunted. So remember to check back for that as well. I'll include the dates for everything below. And of course, thank you so much. I had so much fun, and we'll see you soon, okay? Make sure to follow us at Whitby Library, and we'll see you guys later, okay? Bye!